and thank you for being here. I will be talking to you about Princeville, North Carolina. And I want to know who's ever heard of Princeville. And I will ask questions at the end. Okay, Princeville, I want to know, did you know that Princeville was, North Carolina was originated in 1865 and it was incorporated in 1885 by ex-slaves. It was then called Freedom Hill or Liberty Hill, according to an article written by Michael Hill in the Encyclopedia of North Carolina. It was a resettlement community for ex-slaves after the Civil War. When Union troops occupied the area around Tarboro, North Carolina, many former slaves left their plantations and came to the federal encampment. They were seeking freedom and protection after being told by the soldiers that they were free. The ex-slaves faced many obstacles. Most of them were illiterate, unskilled, and they didn't have any money. The soldiers advised them to go back to the plantation or to former masters, but the majority of them stayed. Some went back, but the majority stayed. And you know why they stayed? They stayed because they wanted to be free. Finally. They didn't have anything, but they made makeshift shelters for themselves on this swampy land in Edgecombe County. It was said that they were encouraged to stay there by some of the whites to keep them away from their community in Tarboro, and at the same time to keep them nearby so that they could continue working for them as laborers, farm workers, and servants. Their economy depended upon the slaves working for them. In the 1870s, landowners began to sell lots to the blacks. And one of the buyers was a man named Turner Prince. Now, Turner Prince was a carpenter for whom the community renamed the town. They renamed it Princeville when it was incorporated in 1885. Princeville's economy grew and black-owned businesses continued to thrive in the 19th century as well as in the 20th century, in spite of obstacles such as white supremacy and flooding from Hurricane Floyd in September 16, 1999. And that's according to Faces from the Flood by Jay Moore. The storm caused many homes in Princeville to float off their foundations, and lives were lost. Princeville is still a thriving town in spite of it all in eastern North Carolina. I conclude by saying that Princeville is still standing strong, and it represents freedom for ex-slaves that built the community. They have formed schools and thriving businesses. And again, I say, in spite of the obstacles they faced in the beginning, the Hurricane Floyd, the storm, that gained them national recognition, Princeville continues to thrive. Princeville is a unique community because it is the oldest city chartered by blacks in America. And this, I have a map of Princeville in North Carolina. And if there are no questions, are there any questions?
No questions.
No, ma'am.
I thank you for listening. Thank you for coming. That's it.